Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Cyber Echo Transportation and Delivery LLC, of course. And I am making a video for you guys because I just had someone try to scam me. It was actually pretty clever. So also too with the dash cam, I actually have footage of it, so I'm going to do two videos. I'm going to do this one that I'm going to go ahead and upload now talking about it, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the video of once I caught on to it and everything that was going on. It was clever. I'm a little jealous that I never thought of combating that before, and I was thinking on my feet. So, let me start off by saying I picked someone up in South Scottsdale. And when I picked them up, there's no picture on the profile, no nothing, except just the name Carol. And so, I had contacted them once I got up to the apartment gate, and I said, hey, do you need me to come pick you up, or do you want me just to wait at the gate? And the response that I got was, I'm close to the gate, I'm just going to go ahead and stay here. Okay, so I wait, and a couple minutes go by, and she comes running into the car, out of breath and all that, and I was like, I apologize, I could have come and got you, the gate was open, etc., etc., and she said, no, that's fine. And it was very nice and all that kind of stuff. But then she asked if she could use a USB port, and I said sure, and I plugged in her phone. Well, every time someone gets into the car, I always ask them, hey, you're so-and-so, correct? Yes, okay. And then they'll usually say my name, which she did say wrong. And then I was like, okay, this is the right person. So, yeah, I start driving along, and I get about probably 5 minutes into the ride. It was about a 30-minute ride. I get about 5 minutes into it, and then I get these text messages. In the other video, I'll go ahead and upload so you guys can see a screenshot of the messages. Then I get a call from, I didn't really recognize that it was Lyft at this point in time, but I ignored it because I've got a passenger, I'm driving, I can't really talk to somebody and drive at the same time. And I'm going to call them after this, so in the next video I'll tell you what they said. I might even record that phone call, I don't know. Probably not, actually, because, I don't know, they may not like that. And although in Arizona it's totally legal and justified, they cut the paycheck, so ultimately at the end of the day I'm not going to do that. Oh man, traffic is really backed up. So, getting back to the story, she was sitting back there, she wasn't saying anything, we were both quiet, and then text messages come in like, hey, are you going to pick me up? Where are you? I'm standing on the corner in a black shirt, etc., etc., etc. Okay. I ignore those text messages, partially because I'm driving, and I can't see it, and I can't text and drive. So, the solution is, at this point, that person, if they are truly waiting for me, they're going to need to cancel and just go ahead and reset, because I can't cancel their ride, because their ride, something glitched in the system, and they're not on my screen, so there's nothing for me to cancel. Okay. Well, I get all the way, I get pretty much to our destination, and by this time, we're like 5-10 minutes out. By this time, it kind of clicked into my head, oh, I see what they're doing, because she was sitting there typing away on the phone, and I'm driving, so I can't really pay attention, but I see that she's texting, and in the time that she's texting, shortly after, my phone gets a hit with a message. And so I'm going to tell you first my speculation part. That call from Lyft was not because she was talking to a Lyft associate. I would have heard that. She emailed Lyft to say, hey, my ride never showed. Okay. So that's what prompted Lyft to call me and say, hey, what's up? Now, the text messages was assurance. And so what she did was sent text messages saying, hey, where are you? I don't see you, etc., etc., etc. And what she was doing was building up ammunition to go to Lyft and say, I never got this ride, because this is an expensive ride. It was about, just under, but it was around a $20 ride for me, which means she probably paid in the neighborhood of $30, and that's one way. She's going to have to pay $60 to get home, and etc., etc., etc. Now, at the end, before we got there, but a couple minutes out, I was like, hey, I just want to make sure that your name is Carol, that I've picked up the right person. Now, my reason for saying that and phrasing it like that was for me, so that she wouldn't feel like I was going, you're trying to fuck me over and I know it. Because she was like, oh yeah, I'm Carol. But she had this look on her face that I could see from the rearview mirror of kind of like a smirk. And she knew that those text messages were coming in. And I was like, oh, okay, good. I just want to make sure, because I'm getting some weird text messages. And she goes, oh? And I said, yeah, I'm getting like this, hey, come pick me up and all this kind of stuff. Sorry, there's a shithead. I'm getting these messages of, hey, come pick me up and stuff like that, and cancel the ride because I got another Lyft. Okay, here's where that also doesn't make sense. If you called Lyft to get another Lyft, Lyft would have then canceled the ride, okay, and then they would have set you up with a new driver. And chances are they wouldn't even cancel, they would just route to another driver. So I knew this whole thing was bullshit. And then afterwards, going back to the conversation, she was like, oh, that's weird. And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it though. I don't, Lyft will figure it out. I don't really care. And she's like, oh, okay. And then I was like, I got a dash cam. And then I pointed at the dash cam, which you guys will not see on footage, because I took my car to the car wash and I didn't realize that they unplugged my dash cam. So it wasn't recording the whole time. So what I did do, though, once I noticed that, I plugged in the dash cam, and which it then lit up, and she could see that she was being recorded on the drive. And then I referred to her by her name again, Carol, and then I explained, hey, I'm sorry, if this caused any confusion or anything like that, it's just a little weird. And I apologized, and I used her name over and over again. And the fact that she acknowledged that her name was Carol again solidifies that, hey, I have the right person. So, then after all that, she finally, we pulled up to the destination, and the text messages stopped, all that kind of good stuff. I ended the ride, I turned on the lights, so my camera can very, very, very clearly see who she is. Because what she was doing was she wanted a ride, and then she wanted to call Lyft and say, I never got that ride. Well, a couple of things for the scam artists, or anti-scam artists who may be watching this. First of all, everything's logged on GPS, okay? So, Lyft isn't gonna go, oh, well, Ron just decided coincidentally to drive to your place, and then, wait there for a couple of minutes, and then go drive all the way to downtown Phoenix. With the Lyft app running, mind you. So, evidence number one, that scam wouldn't work. Evidence number two, everything's on GPS. Lyft uses her phone and my phone to track where we are going to make sure that there is no deviation. That is just a safety feature. Now, with that feature comes, oh yeah, it proves that you were indeed in the car. So, that's number two. Number three, the reason why I am comfortable in saying I 100% know that it was her and not a glitch in the system is her messages would be separate from a person who, in other words, my phone separates the text messages. So, I pick up this person at noon, and we have to communicate through text. Good and fine. Okay, then let's say at 5 p.m. I picked up someone else. That's going to be on a separate stream of messages. So, I don't really, I'm pretty confident that I knew what was going on. So, guys, I know that the video quality is a little shiny on these, plus it's night and all that kind of stuff, but this was fresh in my mind. It bugged me enough to the point where I wanted to make a video immediately, so I'm sorry that this isn't going to be edited and all that kind of stuff, but, my true feelings and all that kind of good stuff on this matter. So, in the next couple of days, I'm going to go ahead and upload the video footage if I can recover it from the camera. Just know that it's going to be dark all the way up till the end. So yeah, I might have to pull that to save it and give it to Lyft. So, alright guys, as always, take care. It's been fun. Thanks for checking in.